Hello everyone, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing a market recap for Thursday the 26th of July. And today the markets did gap up very strongly, only to chop sideways and eventually begin selling off. And the first trade that we did was right around this area here. And we grabbed a long up here, but then the market did come down and stop us out on this bar here, and only to move a little higher and then to begin working its way lower. We then watched the market chop around, and then down here we grabbed a long, held that out a little bit, and we actually, our last profit target was on this bar here. We took a little profit over here, and then we took a little more profit up here. So that's basically what we did, and ended up with 1 point of profit. The maximum profit potential that we were working in was 1.5 or 6 ticks, but we actually came out with 1 point positive or 4 ticks. We definitely were 50-50 on the day. But that's kind of how it is. If you miss one trade, you look for another one, and then you make some profit. With that, I'd like to encourage everyone to stop by and check out our website at www.businesswithtrading.com. Every day we focus on the ES, the S&P futures contract. It's my favorite to trade. I definitely have a lot of fun and a lot of passion for the ES market. I think it's a ton of fun to trade. Some days obviously are more convoluted than others, but I really do love this market. It's awesome. It's great to be able to get up, to trade, to go off and do whatever I want, and then come back the next day and trade again. It's definitely a market that requires focus. You have to watch it and make good decisions with your trading. Not every trade is going to be positive. So if you're new to trading, if you're wanting to get into trading, you're not going to make money on every single one of your trades. You're going to lose money. That's inevitable. What can you guarantee about trading? You're going to lose money. And depending on how much money you actually lose is to how much effort you actually put into learning how to trade. Some people come in, they lose all their money right away. Other people get in, they make a couple good trades, they kind of get lucky in that aspect, and then they lose all their money. Some people come in, they already have some knowledge, and they do really well. Other people come in, they blow up an account or two, and then they learn and do really well. And some people learn as they're trading, they blow up a couple accounts, and then they do really well. So it's very different, and you do get a ton of mixed results. How many new traders actually are not around a year from now? A lot of them. The actual stats, who knows? Everybody kind of makes up their own, so it's hard to tell. I always go with the 90-95%. That makes sense. You have the 90-10 rule or the 80-20 rule. And I probably want to go with the 90-10. 90% of the traders probably make it. 20% of them probably make 80% of the profits. A lot of traders that I've met lately are, they struggle. They're the traders that make a little money, lose a little money, make a little, lose a little. I have, met a few that are new and then I met a few that just cannot make money. They lose a little here, lose a little there, lose a little here, lose a little there. But losing small is definitely a first step. So anyway, not to make the video too long, if you enjoyed it, please click the like button. Definitely would appreciate that in a big way. Thanks for watching this video. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the markets. Thanks.